The autopsy of 5-year-old Elijah Lewis, whose remains were found in Massachusetts last night, will have a reaction from a vigil held tonight in his hometown. And a man is in the hospital following a shooting outside a Providence sports bar this morning. We'll have a report with an update on his condition. And about a dozen people won't be sleeping home tonight following a fire at a 3-story home on Bowden Street in Providence this afternoon. We'll tell you what's next for the families. Good evening and thank you for joining us for ABC 6 11 at 11. I'm Hector Molina. We begin tonight with our continuing coverage of Elijah Lewis, the 5-year-old from New Hampshire whose body was found yesterday in Massachusetts. Tonight, hundreds gathered for a candlelit vigil in his hometown. Earlier this afternoon, an autopsy confirmed the remains found in Abington, Massachusetts Saturday were that of Elijah Lewis. Elijah's loved ones and community members paid tribute to the 5-year-old boy this evening in Merrimack, New Hampshire.
It's such a tough time. Me being a parent of 2, can't imagine.
I want to take a moment to thank all of the authorities who worked around the clock tirelessly since the day they were alerted that Eli was missing. Now, we as a family will be able to properly lay him to rest and have the closure we needed.
Food, drinks, pins, and ribbons at tonight's vigil were all donated by volunteers throughout the community. And a man is in the hospital following a shooting outside of a Providence sports bar this morning, prompting an emergency board of licenses hearing. ABC 6 News reporter Dominique Turner was at that hearing. She joins us tonight outside the Providence Public Safety Complex.
This marks 3 shootings in just 2 days here in Providence. Police tell me the most recent one happened early Sunday morning in front of a Harris Avenue sports bar, and it sent 1 man to the hospital. A man was shot multiple times while standing outside Sports Tap Bar around 1:30 Sunday morning. Providence police say the gunman opened fire, then ran from the scene.
He was outside the establishment, and a subject came up to him, shot him multiple times, and fled on foot.
Captain DeAndre also provided an update on the victim's condition.
Yes, he's in intensive care in the hospital, unable to communicate with us at this time, but his condition it's been leveled as stable.
The shooting brought on an emergency hearing by the Providence Board of Licenses later Sunday morning.
Because this is an establishment that we typically haven't seen very often, we'd like to bring it back tomorrow so that we can potentially see if we can do something as soon as possible.
ABC 6 spoke with a man who was at that same bar just hours before the violent shooting. He tells us he never would have thought something like this would happen here.
I was shocked. I came down here to see what was going on, and I ran into you.
Although he did not want to go on camera, he says the bar just reopened. There was even a celebration party Saturday night with good food and locals.
No problem. I've never felt uncomfortable in any way. They're great people. You know?
He tells ABC 6 he feels that the violence in Providence has become more and more drastic.
I hear about a lot more than they probably advertise on television.
The Board of Licenses voted to keep the bar closed until Monday, and Providence police tell me no arrests have been made at this time. Reporting in Providence, I'm Dominique Turner, ABC 6 News.
Now, about an hour after that shooting on Harris Avenue, a 6-month-old baby was just feet away from being shot inside a home on Berkshire Street in Providence. Providence Police Commander Thomas Verdi says the baby and 4 others inside the home were not injured. At about 2:30, a bullet traveled through the living room and continued through the kitchen wall. Police say 6 shell casings were found on the lawn outside 57 Berkshire Street. New information tonight on a fire at Bowden Street in Providence. A total of 14 adults, including 8 children, won't be sleeping home tonight following a fire at a 3-story home this afternoon. The Red Cross will be assisting those impacted. No injuries have been reported. According to Assistant Fire Chief Brian Mahoney, the fire was fully extinguished in about 25 minutes.
Smoke detectors were active, and as far as water damage, yes, there's going to be some water damage on the lower floors. We had to use quite a bit of water. As you can see, the front of the building is damaged considerably, and there's going to be quite a bit of rehab before people can go back into the structure.
And the cause of the fire is still under investigation at this time. Rehoboth police have arrested this man following a motor vehicle crash on Winthrop Street this afternoon. 46-year-old Brian Pierce was driving a gold Ford pickup truck towing a 5-wheel camper that rear-ended a Dodge Durango just after 3 o'clock. During the investigation of the crash, police noticed that Pierce showed signs that he was under the influence of alcohol. Pierce was released on $540 bail, and he will be arraigned tomorrow in Taunton District Court. A vehicle rolled over and hit a utility pole happening late Saturday night. When crews arrived on scene at South County Trail, they found the vehicle upside down with the poles broken and lines down. The fire department says the single patient was treated by rescue crews while the damaged vehicle was towed from the scene. National Grid was called in to handle the damaged equipment and clear the area. Now to a check on the forecast. ABC 6 Stormtracker meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us live in the Weather Center. Tim, not a bad day, but it's getting a little chilly out there.
It is, yeah, a little on the chilly side tonight, but we do have some increasing clouds as well to talk about and even some rain right on our doorstep. But let's talk about the day that was first. It was a really pleasant day, a lot of sunshine out there today. Temperatures made it to the upper 50s to near 60 degrees earlier on. Right now, those temperatures back into the 40s and 50s probably won't fall much more from where they are as clouds continue to fill in and rain starts to arrive. That rain right now out to our west across Connecticut and western Massachusetts, and it's approaching our area as we speak. This is because of a cold or warm front, I should say, as low pressure starts to approach our area. We'll see that rain in place for the overnight tonight into the first half of tomorrow. I think we'll start to get a break by the second half of the day. Overnight lows, though, tonight into the upper 40s. Southwest breezes 5 to 10. Tomorrow, on and off rain, most of it in the morning. A break in the afternoon, but staying cloudy with temperatures in the 60s. Then tomorrow night, more rain arrives. That's the second system of 3 on the 7-day forecast. And that second system brings a chance for some gusty winds, too. It's a coastal low. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. Back over to you.
All right, thanks, Tim. Today marked Week 7 in the NFL for the New England Patriots, and it brought them a matchup against the New York Jets. The Pats were able to keep the Jets grounded by getting their first win at home on the season, and they won big in this one, 54-13 the final. ABC 6 sports anchor Ian Steele has a recap on a big win from Gillette Stadium.
Well, coming off that tough loss in overtime last week to the Dallas Cowboys, the Patriots certainly had the right team on the schedule in the New York Jets. The Pats blow the Jets out 54-13 the final, a dominant performance. 7 touchdowns scored by the Pats offensively, 3 of them through the air, 2 thrown by Mac Jones, 1 by Kendrick Bourne on the Pats' first drive of the game that set the tone throughout. The Pats didn't punt until the second half, and they forced 3 New York turnovers.
I think we got a little flavor of if we do everything right throughout the week and practice well and do our job in the game, it kind of translates over, and it's all 3 phases, and that's what happens when you can do that. And I mean, we're not satisfied. We got plenty of games left, and we're excited. We finally kind of saw a little bit of a result that was good.
I think we're kind of just finding who we are, you know, play by play, not trying to get too ahead. Just playing each play how it's supposed to go, you know. Today, you know, we just executed almost every play that we practiced. The rhythm was right, and just finding that rhythm and playing together is the main thing.
We'll have complete highlights and more post-game reaction from the victorious Patriots as they improve to 3-4 on the season. In Foxborough, I'm Ian Steele, ABC 6 Sports.
Now to a look at news making headlines across the country. New information tonight on that deadly shooting on the set of Alec Baldwin's latest movie, Rust, that killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins. A candlelight vigil was held last night in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and another one tonight to honor Hutchins and her accomplishments. Here's ABC's Rena Roy with the latest.
42-year-old cinematographer Helena Hutchins was a wife, mother, daughter, and sister to Svetlana Androsevich, who says in a statement, "I cannot comprehend her passing. I loved her very much. I was very proud of her, and she was my role model. This loss is a great grief for our family." The film community in New Mexico also honoring her life and work.
Every day, everybody on the camera team was proud to be there for her, because we were proud of what we were creating.
A candlelight vigil was held for her Sunday night. Hutchins was fatally shot by actor Alec Baldwin on the set of the Western film Rust Thursday.
Her death shouldn't have happened.
According to court records, the assistant director gave the gun to Baldwin, saying it was cold, meaning it was empty, but it wasn't. Hutchins was shot in the chest. Director Joel Souza was also hurt.
There are many factors that will be considered by investigators, and the first question is who loaded that live ammunition into that gun? Who handled the gun after the live ammunition was put into the gun? Who knew about the live ammunition? And then there are all these questions about safety protocols and the failure to follow those safety protocols.
One Rusk crew member telling ABC News the issue of gun safety had been brought up by the camera crew and brushed off repeatedly by producers. In the past week, there were at least 2 accidental discharges of the prop gun on set, according to that crew member, who said a list of safety and other concerns prompted almost the entire camera department to walk off the set just hours before the shooting. But Helena Hutchins stayed.
It's possible there could be multiple people that could face criminal charges.
The production company tells Variety magazine they were not made aware of any official complaints concerning weapon or prop safety. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
The FDA is set to meet this week to discuss vaccinations for children ages 5 to 11 years old. This as boosters for all 3 vaccines become available for all vaccinated Americans. Here's the latest from New York.
28 million children may soon be eligible to get vaccinated against COVID-19, with a key FDA panel set to meet Tuesday to review Pfizer's new trial data, showing at 1/3 of the adult dose, its vaccine is nearly 91% effective in kids ages 5 to 11.
If you look at the data that's been made public and announced by the company, the data look good as to the efficacy and the safety.
It's expected the FDA will recommend emergency use authorization for the vaccine for that age group. Then it's up to the CDC's advisory committee to give the official green light.
It's entirely possible, if not very likely, that vaccines will be available for children from 5 to 11 within the first week or 2 of November.
Renee and Miguel Chavez's 2 children, Nico and Sophia, took part in the Pfizer trial.
We all got vaccinated, and it was extremely important to us that our kids were kept safe from COVID as well.
This as more Americans become eligible to get that extra dose of protection. Boosters of Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J given the all-clear to go into the arms of 70 million people who are already vaccinated. Health officials say it's safe to choose a different vaccine brand from your original shot. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky speaking to NBC.
We saw data from the NIH on mix and match that antibody levels for the mRNA vaccines boosting the J&J were really, really high. And we also saw clinical data from J&J that said if you're boosted with J&J, you actually do quite well as well.
Experts urging Americans to get that extra layer of protection. Walgreens and CVS offering boosters at thousands of locations across the country.
We are here, ready, and available to ensure that we protect each and every one.
More than 12 million already getting that additional shot.
I'm so excited to get this booster. I'm very excited.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Coming up, as supply chain issues continue across the country, we'll tell you why big box companies aren't the only ones impacted. You're watching ABC 6 News at 11.
That was fun.
Alexa, play our dance playlist.
Your playlist, dance.
I can't do golden rings, but I'll give you everything.
Alexa, turn on the living room lights. Turning on lights.
Alexa, can you pause time?
Let's just enjoy the moment.
Hurry in for exceptional offers on the new BMW X3 with Alexa built in.
If you walk into any mattress store in America, the first thing they're going to have you do is lie down on the mattress. Well, at Jordan's, it's the last thing you're going to do. First, you'll meet Bridget. Bridget will ask you some questions. Do you sleep on your back, side, or stomach? Do you have any ailments? And she'll measure you. She'll then analyze you and match your profile to the profile of the mattresses that are right for you in all price ranges. And then you'll lie down. Just a better way to buy the right mattress.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey!
Hey, Lucas.
Lucas, man, come on! Go!
Yeah.
Lucas, ¿qué haces aquí?
Meditating?
Meditating.
Get reliably fast Wi-Fi coverage in every room of your house with Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi.
Since 1949, the Slocum family has been serving people throughout Rhode Island. Slocum means mentor, protector, friend. It means showing up when it's time to work and responding even when it's not. Slocum means no tiered service based on price points. We treat every customer like gold and every home as a castle. Built to last, built for you. Count on it. Slocum Real Estate and Insurance.
The supply chain issues the U.S. economy is currently facing are not only affecting consumers during the peak shopping season, but small businesses have also started to feel the effects of these shortages. According to the most recent U.S. Census Small Business Pulse survey conducted between October 11th and October 17th, 45% of businesses said they are having domestic supplier delays. Now, that number is up from 26.7% during the first week of the year. The Biden administration has worked on ways to address this issue, including expanding work hours to 24/7 at West Coast ports and agreeing with large private companies to expand their hours as well.
And now, your ABC6 Stormtracker weather with meteorologist Tim Studebaker.
Just a great Sunday out there today. We saw a lot of sunshine through the day. We did have some clouds start to build in this evening, though, and that's a signal of things to come. We do have very unsettled weather on the way for much of the week ahead. But again, a beautiful day out there today. We saw the upper 50s to near 60 degrees under mainly sunny skies. It was 60 at TF Green, same thing in Taunton, 58 New Bedford, and 57 was your high out on Block Island. Right now, those temperatures come back a little bit. We're into the 40s and the 50s now. 48 in Attleboro, 47 in Taunton. We have the 40s for other spots too, like Smithfield, Coventry, New Bedford. The 50s for a lot of us too. Providence, TF Green, both in the lower 50s, 52 in Newport and 51 in Westerly at this hour. Clouds have started to fill in. You may have noticed that. And we do have some rain right on our doorstep, and that rain will continue to arrive as we go through the next several hours through the overnight into tomorrow morning. Right now, that rain is just making its way toward us from areas to our west. It's all thanks to a warm front on the approach associated with low pressure that's way back toward the Midwest and the Great Lakes region. That warm front brings us the showers overnight tonight and the first half of tomorrow. I do think we will get a break by tomorrow afternoon. A lot of the heavier rain really is off to our north. As we go into the afternoon, clouds, but probably not as much in the way of shower activity. But that's the first of a few systems. We have a coastal low pressure to watch, a coastal storm, as we head into Monday night, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and it brings periods of heavy rain as well as some strong gusty winds. So that coastal storm, Monday night all the way to Wednesday, some periods of heavy rain, flooding is possible as a result. Also strong gusty winds to watch, and that will be very much dependent on the actual storm track. For now, we have a high wind watch in place for Tuesday and Wednesday. There's a potential we could see some damaging winds as well as maybe even some power outages. May lose some of the foliage on the trees too. And high-profile vehicles may have a difficult time with travel. Those winds will be impressive, it looks like, for Tuesday and into Wednesday with that coastal storm system. So for tonight, we're in the 40s overnight. Increasing cloud cover. Rain arrives late in the overnight and continues into early tomorrow. On and off rain through your Monday. It's the beginning of a very unsettled pattern. Temperatures into the 60s. Most of the rain will fall in the morning. A break in the afternoon with just cloud cover. Then another round of rain as we head in toward tomorrow night. A little on the breezy side too. Southeast winds 15 to 25 miles per hour for tomorrow. Again, coastal low pressure arrives Monday night into Tuesday and Wednesday. That brings rain and potentially some strong gusty winds. Some of the rain could be heavy at times too, so that's another one we'll be watching. Heading into Thursday, we do get a brief break in the action, but rain does return for Friday into your Saturday. Finally, looks like we'll start to dry things out on Halloween. Nick.
Thank you, Tim. Bruins, Celtics, and Revolution all in action on a busy New England sports Sunday. But first,
I'm Ian Steele at Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots blow out the New York Jets to get back into the win column. We'll have full highlights and post-game reaction coming up. Stick around. Sports is next.
Today's dining room table is much more than a place to eat. It's your kid's classroom, your office, and who knows what else. You're spending so much time around the table, it's time to update and get something new and exciting. Right now, get up to 60 months, no interest, no minimum, and no deposit. But equal payments are required. Your new dining room table will make spending all that time more enjoyable. Maybe your food will even taste better. Jordan's Furniture, not just a store, an experience.
Compass IT Compliance is a nationwide leader in providing IT security, compliance, and risk management services. Our mission is to help organizations mitigate their overall information security risk.
Compass IT Compliance has been a crucial partner of Andrew's, helping us reduce our cyber risk. Their assessments and recommendations have given us the resources of an in-house security team at half the cost.
Contact us today to discuss your unique IT security and compliance needs.
You guys don't know how good you have it. Hey, when I was a kid, our boat had one engine, me.
You're doing great. Both of them at the same time.
I know. That's not gonna happen.
Up to 6,000 pounds towing in the all-new ruggedly redesigned 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. Right now, get a low $279 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2022 Pathfinder.
Turn hard-working days into happy nights. Our battery AK Homeowner Series starts at just $199.99. Real Steele. Find yours at over 10,000 local Steele dealers.
Around here, fall weather can change in a minute. Be ready for whatever Mother Nature has in store with forecasts on the 6th. Your local forecast updated every 10 minutes. Plan ahead with an hour-by-hour extended forecast. We'll show you what's on the way, when it's coming, and where it's going to hit. Forecast on the 6th, weekday morning starting at 5 a.m. on ABC 6.
Join us Monday for Good Morning Providence.
The formal celebration of the new East Providence High School. Details on that ceremony. Tim. And Chelsea's back with a look at your forecast starting at 5 o'clock Monday morning. Join us for Good Morning Providence. We'll see you then.
Now, ABC 6 Sports.
As much as the Patriots have been in most of the games they've played this season, as Bill Parcells once said, you are what your record says you are. Coming into Sunday, the Pats were 2-4. But New England with an opportunity for a get-right game against the Jets. The Pats trying to complete the season sweep of New York, and a Jets franchise they'd beaten the last 11 times they'd faced them coming in, including Week 2, a 25-6 victory. Early in games recently, Patriots offense has come out strong. For the third straight Sunday, New England scoring on its opening possession with flash, some trickery. Mac Jones to Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar. Double pass, 25-yard connection, 7-0 New England. The next possession, the Pats leaning on the running game, fake the pass handoff to Damian Harris. He goes 32 yards down inside the 10, and then 2 plays later, Harris again gets himself over the goal line. Pats going up 14-0 halfway through the first quarter. They were rolling. The Jets would cut into the deficit in the second, even with Zach Wilson getting hurt on a hit by Matt Judon. But the Pats respond. Up 17-7, Jones floats it for Brandon Bolden out of the backfield. The vet takes it 15 yards inside the pylon for the score. 24-7 New England. And before the half was done, the Pats get into the end zone one more time. Jones hits Hunter Henry. Comes up with a nice catch on National Tight Ends Day. Happy holiday, Hunter Henry. His 4th straight week with a TD catch, too. Made it 31-7. Pats running away with things in the second half. Harris, another score early in the 4th. His first career game with 2 TDs. J.J. Taylor had 2 TDs, including the first of his career as well. Pats scores 7 TDs on offense and wrap this one up early, 54-13, improving to 3-4 on the season. ABC 6 Sports anchor Ian Steele was in Foxborough for all the action Sunday and has the post-game reaction from the Pats.
Well, I'm enjoying my 50 burger here at Gillette Stadium. It's quite delicious, by the way. The Patriots enjoying a 50 burger of their own as they beat up on the New York Jets here in Foxborough. 54-13, the final score. Their 12th straight win over the New York Jets. This was the get-back game that the Pats needed after last week's loss to the Cowboys. The Pats are now 3-4 on the year.
It's funny, I was watching college football last night, turned on one game, and it said like 50-something to 7. I don't know what team it was. And I was just like, bro, what if we put up 50 tomorrow?
Mac Jones throwing for 300 yards for the first time in his career, passing for 2 touchdowns.
It just makes it more fun when you can see a little bit of results.
Mac wasn't the only one throwing for a score. Kendrick Bourne using a Patriots staple, the double pass, hitting Nelson Aguilar to start the scoring.
I was definitely getting critiqued. I kind of threw it too high, floating at practice, executing at practice, and you know, making it feel normal in the game.
Damian Harris with his first multi-touchdown game of his career, 2 TDs and over 100 yards, helping the 54-point effort. The most the Pats have scored in 9 years, 5 shy of a franchise record. Every active running back found the end zone.
You know, in that running back room, we're such a close group and we're such a tight, you know, brotherhood.
Defensively, the Pats knocked Jets QB Zach Wilson out of the game in the first half, then forced 3 New York turnovers.
I didn't expect that. But when we play our best, I mean, we got the potential to put up numbers like that.
And Bill Belichick taking some time to enjoy the win Sunday himself, hanging out in the field lounge after the game for a couple of celebratory cocktails. The Patriots are on the road next week against the LA Chargers. In Foxborough, I'm Ian Steele, ABC 6 Sports.
Thank you, Ian. One other stop in the NFL tonight. Bucs hosting the Bears Sunday. Tampa's offense came up firing up 14-0 already in the first. Tom Brady to Mike Evans, his 600th touchdown pass of his career. Brady, the first player to ever reach that milestone. Records galore for TB12, as usual. Bucs win 38-3. Now, this was a nice moment near the end of the game, too. Brady giving a hat and shaking the hand of a young fan who had a sign in the crowd that said, "Tom Brady helped me beat brain cancer." That is pretty cool. Look at the emotion on that kid's face. Just awesome. Love that. Sunday was another New England crossover day on the calendar. The Patriots were just one of the teams playing. It was plenty to watch if you were in front of the TV today. On the court in Houston tonight, the Celtics hitting the road to take on the Rockets. Jaylen Brown out for this one with knee soreness. So it's up to Jason Tatum to lead the Big Green offensively. Like he can't do that, right? Early fadeaway jumper goes down. Then in the second, Grant Williams passes to the opposite wing. Tatum's there, hits the 3. Boston extending its slim lead. Tatum going back and forth with Rockets rookie Jalen Green, the second overall pick in this year's draft. Nails a triple. Green had 30 points for Houston, but Tatum had a little bit more in the third. Sidestep three-pointer. Poor old friend and teammate Daniel Tice just, not good. Tatum had the game-high 31 points. In the fourth, putting an exclamation point on things here with another 3 off some great passing. Celtics win 107-97, their first win of the season, and first win for Ime Udoka as head coach.
It's special. I just got a water shower in there from the guys in the game ball, but you know, I told them it's overdue. You guys took too long to get it, and thank Jalen and Romeo for helping, being that they sat out tonight. So it's good to get it over with, but not just for the first, but to kind of get us rolling on the right foot.
Coach getting to cool off there after the win. After earning the Supporters Shield as the best team in the MLS during the regular season this weekend, for the first time ever, Revolution playing at Orlando City SC. Revs down 2-0 in the second half tonight. But finally, get one to go. Gustavo Bo sets up Adam Buxa, flicks it off his foot and into the net. That's skill. Cutting the deficit in half to 2-1. Then, in extra time, last chance to take home a point, and DeJuan Jones boots it for Buxa in the box. This time he heads it home. Buxa's 2 goals, helping the Revs play to a 2-2 tie. What a comeback late. Early start for the Bruins on Sunday at TD Garden hosting the Sharks. The Bees, like the Patriots, getting on the board early. Tic-tac-toe passing the top line. Brett Marchand scoring just 28 seconds into the game. 1-0 Boston. A few minutes later, the first goal by a defenseman for Boston this season goes to Derek Forbert. The new guy lights the lamp to make it a 2-0 lead. And then late in the first, power play for Boston. It's pasta. That's what was for lunch on this Sunday. The one-time blast goes into the cage. 3-0 Boston. San Jose got on the board late in the first, but in the second, Jake DeBrusk helps the cause with his second of the year. That's all they need. Bruins win and hold off the Sharks, rallying late 4-3 the final. P-Bruins home again at the Dunk on Sunday, this time with the Springfield Thunderbirds in town. Jack Ashawn fires in the first goal of the game on a 5-on-3 for the PBs in the first. That made it 1-0. But after the T-Birds tied up in the second, it was 1-1 in the third. The puck gets to the stick of Nikita Alexandrov, who lights the lamp on the backhand. Matthew Pekka scored twice in a 4-1 win for Springfield. And finally, 12th-ranked PC playing on a Sunday night at UNH after that thrilling comeback win over Denver Friday. A couple long passes in the first, leading to Chase Yoder. He goes to the backhand to break the ice. That makes it 1-0. The Friars lead. Then the second long pass again up the ice sets up a 2-on-1, but Koen Olszewski just keeps it himself and risks it. Back of the net there. That's all Providence needs. Jackson Stauber stops 26 shots in a 2-0 victory for the Friars. That's your look at sports. More news coming up after the break.
Doreen Scanlon. Join me for Good Morning Providence weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
Versus
stick. When heartburn hits, fight back fast with Tums Chewy Bites. Fast heartburn relief in every bite. Crunchy outside, chewy inside. Tums Chewy Bites.
Elvis Costello is back.
Farewell, okay.
Hello again.
Farewell, okay.
Elvis Costello and the Imposters. October 28th, the Providence Performing Arts Center. Tickets on sale now at ppacri.org or call 401-421-2787. Don't miss Elvis Costello and the Imposters. Live. Hello again.
Like a typical supermom, I wear a lot of different hats. I cannot keep up with Charlotte if I'm super tired. Sleep is super important to me. Tempur-Pedic has been a game changer. It kind of conforms to your body. Finding the right Tempur-Pedic at Raymour & Flanigan was easy peasy. The adjustable base felt amazing. If you're considering purchasing a Tempur-Pedic mattress from Raymour & Flanigan, do not waste another minute. Just go buy it.
Pike's Peak, named after Zebulon Pike, who never made it to the top. Of course, he didn't own a sedan from our Sport Tune GT lineup. Well, Zebulon, this one's for you. Lease a new 2021 Forte LXS for $139 a month.
Just in time for Halloween.
We're dancing to the horror flicks.
It's a night of bone-rattling moves with a killer solo from Derek Huff.
And one star won't survive the night.
Horror Night on Dancing, live, ABC Monday.
You okay?
I couldn't sleep.
He's got a new fiancée. He's got a new boss. He's anxious.
You made these changes without asking us first. You're wrong.
The Good Doctor, new Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Trying to get yourself ready for work and the kids out the door in the morning can be stressful.
But you still need to know what's going on out there, what the weather's going to be like, and how you're going to get to work on time.
Watch Doreen and Casey weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on ABC6.
Now, working in news, we're sent to many fires, which, let's face it, aren't the most positive things to cover. Sure. But today, one of our crew saw something that'll definitely put a smile on your face. Once Providence firefighters put out a fire on Bowden Street earlier today, a young girl named Lily, who has dreams of being a firefighter one day, saw a fire lady by the name of Taylor Brown putting out the fire, and Lily wanted to meet her for herself. So once the scene was clearing, Lily got to use the hose, get a look at the engine, and take pictures with Taylor, an experience that made Lily's day and definitely made my day as well. Junior firefighter in the making right there, and a big thanks to our own Dominique Turner for capturing this awesome moment. That is great to see.
I love it. There's so many great stories on our newscast tonight, something like that. Brady giving that hat to that kid that helped beat brain cancer. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that. You know, kids have dreams and they have people they look up to, and you see something like that. It's just great.
And seeing it in a place that you wouldn't expect to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's great.
It's great. Well, thank you for joining us for ABC 6 at 11. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Good Morning Providence. Have a good one.
This is where Southern New England comes to rock. 94 HJY. When you hear